Many people say that they want to write a book, yet 9 out of every 10 people who start writing a book never finish it, leaving one of their biggest dreams unfulfilled. So, what is it about the 1 in 10 people who do finish writing their book? What do they have, and what drives them to complete their books, their plays, and their songs? Welcome to the Editor's Desk, where we explore their writing experiences, their motivations, and their struggles. And now, here are your hosts, author, writing coach, and self-publishing guide, Lynn Everard, and author, Louise Gomez. It's Thursday afternoon at 5:30 p.m. Eastern, and you are watching the Editor's Desk Live. My name is Lynn Everard.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is Louise Gomez, and we are excited for another episode of the Editor's Desk.
So there's a lot going on in our world. I guess that would be an understatement.
Yes.
And every once in a while, it would be a really good idea to be able to turn off the TV, get off the internet, get off the apps on your phone, and sit down and read an amazing mystery romance novel. Mm-hmm. And so that's what I did this past Saturday morning. And yes, I'm a guy, and I'll admit that I absolutely love this book.
I know.
And that's why we just had to have the author of it in with us today.
It is an amazing book. So we have Sheila Fowler, who has written One Way Out. And Sheila Fowler is a lover of TV and anything dachshund. She just started writing romance and mysteries over the past year while still working at her dream job in TV. Sheila has been married to her husband, George, for the past 21 years. They live in Palm Beach County with their dachshund, Hoagie. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So great to be here.
You know, it's so funny because we met Sheila at the Read It, Write It event, and we would just happened to be right next to her table, and it was just so easy, like just so smiley and just bubbly. I was like, oh my God, we just, you're like a magnet, easy to talk to. And then talking to Sheila, I'm like, oh my God, she's written all these books and taking place in the Keys. It's so intriguing to me. And so the book we're talking about today is The One Way Out, which I love it. It's immediately from the first page, it kind of grabbed me right in. It just immediately grabbed me right in. What was your experience?
Well, given the fact that we live in South Florida and the Keys is like our backyard.
Yes.
I think it was probably 3 pages, and I said, I'm in. And then the next time I looked up, I was on page like 58.
Oh my God.
And I'm not even sure what happened I know what happened in the book, but somebody could have dropped a bomb outside, and I probably wouldn't have noticed.
I'm so glad you guys liked it. It was that book is a really special book to me, and I love the Keys. It's one of my favorite places. I fell in love in the Keys. That's where I met my, not where I met my husband, but that's where we fell in love.
Sure.
That was where we also had our honeymoon.
Oh, how sweet.
For me, I love writing about the Keys. One Way Out was the first one I wrote. Mm-hmm. I have 6 other books.
Amazing.
And I'm also starting on number 7. So it's an incredible series for me. I love the romance in it. There's not too much, I have those other books, but
okay.
But this one is the romance is there, but it's more of a this is a second chance romance.
Yes.
And did he kill his wife? That's how I always look at it. There is a murder. Yes, there's a murder.
I know.
But one of the things I love about the book, and even the romance part, is that it's real life. Like, it's a novel, but it's real life because, most of the stuff that you read is a fantasy fairy tale.
Right.
Your book is so true to life because there's things that happen in the midst of wherever you think you're going, right? That completely changed the script and it's like, oh, well, now we got to go deal with this, right? And so that's one of the things I really loved about it was that you were in a novel, but it was so easy to forget that you were,
Yes.
right? And then you just get pulled into the story. And, to me, and I don't read a lot of novels, but to me, one of the things that tells me someone's a good writer is when they develop the characters so well
Yes.
that I think I actually know them, right? That I think I could have run into these people at Publix,
I know.
right? And actually said, oh, I know you. You live in, Saddle Key. And it's like, okay.
Well, to be honest, yes, most of the female characters that I write are based on me, and it's just it's a little bit of me in each character. So I
Nice.
think that does help. I think
Sure.
that helps to. I always say to my husband, he's my muse.
Nice.
So he's a little bit of the male characters that I write. But it's for me, I'm not a trained writer, to be honest. I never took a class to write.
You're a natural.
I
It's like, an artist. Okay, so maybe they never took a class,
Yeah.
but you have the talent and the skill and the passion. You have the passion
That's
for
what
it.
that's what I can sit at my computer and I'll type away. And somebody said, "How many pages did you write?" I said, "I don't know. I didn't look down. Oh my goodness, I wrote 20 pages and I didn't even realize it that time period." I loved the mystery aspect of
Yes.
it.
It
the
kept me
idea-
intrigued.
Yes, because
Like, oh my God. Wait a minute. That's the ex-wife. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
because for me, I've always loved to try to solve a mystery within a story. So I love Janet Ivanovich, and I love the fact that she writes the Stephanie Plum that's got a little bit of comedy in it and all this other stuff. But she's always trying to solve some mysteries involved in that. And I love James Patterson and his mysteries. So for me, I just kind of wanted to do that. I wanted to kind of get my own little series of books about mysteries in a Florida Keys, a little sleepy bedroom town in the Florida Keys. So that was what my whole instinct of this was to do. My mother said, "Can you write something about the Florida Keys?" And I said, "Okay."
That was
it.
easy for you, right? I mean,
That
that's
was easy.
that's some place that you fell in love. So
Yeah.
that was a place for you where you have all of those emotions and ties and good experiences.
Yes.
So
And because I know the Keys. So I
Uh-huh.
knew what, the reason why the book is called One Way Out, because there's only one way
Yes.
out of the Keys.
yes.
So I said, that's the perfect title
Of
for this.
course.
Because there's no way that anybody's going to be able to get out of there if they're a killer. There's not going to be any way to get out of that town.
Unless they have a seaplane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a boat.
Or both.
Yeah.
So when did you start writing and did you write it all as a child when you were in
Oh,
school?
yeah, that's a good question.
Well, my sister and I used to write songs. That used to be our big thing. So when we were younger, the two of us would write these songs. And then we'd sing them for our parents. And
nice.
it's always been a kind of a cute thing. My sister and I used to put on plays together. I became an actress after that, so I went to school to be an actor, and so
Nice.
I love improv. So for me,
Wonderful.
that's kind of my way of writing. Then was I'm a pantser. They always said there's like a planner and a pantser. I'm a pantser. That's why I'm good at improv, because I could just think right off my feet. So I will just write like that. I don't really have a plan for it, and that's kind of my way of writing. And for me, I just started writing. So for me, I started.
Okay, she just
2020.
started writing. Hold on. 3 books in one. Hold on. She just started writing. Saddle Key Mysteries. You put the 3 books in here. You have one. She's got so many books, and she's just started writing. Okay, this is impressive.
Thank you. I can't stop writing. I know I'm like addicted to it. When you sit down, I sit down at the computer. My husband bought me a second laptop so
Nice.
I could sit down at the computer and I sit down, and he's he's talking to me, I'm typing away, and he goes, "Are you listening to me? I heard what you said, honey. It's okay. I'm still typing away." My mom said the same thing. I did that to her, and I said, "It's okay, Mom. I understand what you're saying. I'm just typing away."
So the fact that you
Amazing.
took acting classes, so now I know where a piece of this story came from,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I look at it. I probably have. Oh, I do have a character that is an actor, and
Oh, yes.
I have to do that because. So I have one that's a singer, and I have one that's an actor, and I have a writer because you have to write. You
Sure.
always have to have a romance novelist. This big time romance. So that's I write what I know. I write how I know. Like the character in this book works for a television station. I work for a
wow.
television station.
Right.
My the last character I just wrote, I named it after my cousins, my two cousins. So I put the
Nice.
characters in there. That's how I get ideas. Then is
Sure.
I take people I know. So maybe I'll do a Lynn and a Louise book.
Oh,
next. So
that
there
could
you
be
go.
possible. That would be fun.
I would have fun doing that, though.
Yeah, then you'd have to find out how crazy we really are.
See, there you go.
How woo-wooing out there.
That's terrific, though. So when you say you've only been writing a little while,
Yeah.
so how many years have you
Did
actually
you start
been writing?
during COVID?
Yes,
okay.
during COVID.
That
So
sounds
I-
like us. Go ahead.
So 2020, yes.
Nice.
Wow.
Finished.
And you've got all these books
Yes,
Amazing.
in that amount of time?
I'm on my 19th book right now, so I've written 18 books.
She's blazing hot, on fire. She just ran with it. She just ran with it.
But the first book I wrote, Meet Virginia, was the first book I wrote, and it took me a long time because I didn't know what I was doing.
Okay.
I
She
sent
was
it
warming
to
up.
friends.
She was
Yeah.
warming up. Okay.
I sent it to friends, and I said, "What do you think?" And they go, "Oh, it's really good. I think it's really good. Do you know that you can go through Amazon, and you can
Publish.
publish the book through Amazon?" I said, "No, I had no idea. I didn't know that you could do that. I didn't know they had independent authors and all this other stuff." So I learned a ton of stuff after that, and
Right.
all of a sudden, I was addicted to it. Like I said, I can't stop. I can't. So I try to find pictures, and I find the pictures, and I go, "Oh, that looks great for the cover," and then I write the story. I swear.
You do the cover
That's the-
first
I
and
do
then
the
write
cover
the story?
first, and then write the story. That's how I did that one.
That's fascinating.
Because I see a picture, and I go, "That's how I want to. That's how I want the book to be. That's how I want that story to be."
Funny story. So I learned this from Wayne Dyer's. Dr. Wayne Dyer wrote Wishes Fulfilled that I read that you loaned me. He had the publisher create the cover for him. And he had it on his desk, and that's what he used to really motivate. Like, this is what she's doing, right? That's what he did to keep motivated and to complete the book, Wishes
Wow.
Fulfilled book.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. So
I thought
it
I was
works.
the only one. So
It works.
it's funny because a picture tells
Yeah.
everything. So why not just keep telling a story from that? And that's how I see two people. I saw a couple, and I go, "Oh, that's a cute picture," and it's a man and woman. I said, I could do that story. This guy is a football player, and this woman is an artist, and oh, that will work perfectly. And that's kind of how it went for me. I did that with at least 4 different books. I did that, taking the
She
pictures
just
first.
runs with the idea and just goes with it. That's amazing.
I wrote down all my list of books this year, what I wanted to do, and I've done 2. So I have to. I've had a lot of other stuff going on, but 2 is good right now. But
2 is great.
2 so far this year?
Yeah, 2 so far this year.
Wow.
That's
I
amazing.
think she might be in the Guinness Book of World Records for writing the most books and publishing. We'll have to research that and find
Yeah.
out, Lynn.
Well, she's a research director.
Oh, that's
right.
true. That's right. So,
Maybe I'll research that.
yes.
That's pretty amazing. So, do you get ideas for your books from your day job?
Yes. I mean, you see, I see stories about. I didn't even know this. My, that a storyline that I had put into one of my books, and my niece came back to me. She says, "Did you know that was me when I was younger?" And I said, "No, I didn't know that. I completely had forgotten that she told me that, and because it's in the recesses of my mind, then I can put it together in a book." And I said, "Oh wow, you're right. I did write that. I remember that story now that you told me." So I do. People tell. So don't talk to a writer. That's because they'll write you into a story.
Yes.
Don't talk. My friends know that by now. I have put my friends' names in a lot of books because of that. So yes, but I work at a TV station, so I can get a lot of good information there from
definitely
good ideas. I should say. I'm not gonna.
I'm
not gonna steal their life or something. But no, I do like that. I like getting the ideas from that. Plus, I have very vivid dreams.
Do you?
Yes, and
I had wild dreams last night. I was texting you. So you have dreams that are very vivid. You remember them too?
Yes, and then I have to run right away to write it down.
Wow.
And that's where another part of the idea from the books. That's the first book I wrote was all based on a dream I had, and then I just said, okay, I'm just going to keep writing. And, I think I was watching a little too much Outlander too, because it's all about Scotland. So.
Okay.
But besides that,
Well, and we really are influenced by everything that comes in.
Sure. Absolutely.
It's a kind of a information overload at times, but our minds are so brilliant that even while we're asleep, we're able to sort the stuff out and then put it into a little box that says, "Okay, Sheila, when you wake up, here's all the stuff you're going to need for the next book you're writing."
yes.
Right.
I have my iPad is full of ideas, and my husband says, "Write it down, write it down. What you gonna say? Write it down, write it down." I said, "Okay." So I write it down, and I had like the whole page on there, and he says, "You're gonna write all that this year?" And I said, "Yeah, I probably am."
It's kind of like this book that I read years ago called Invisible Supply. I can't remember who wrote it. But he really talks about how having certain traits, and the more you do, and like your creativity, the more you do it, you never run out. Because the more you do it, the more you get.
Yes.
So it's like the more you do that, and the more you practice, and the more you write down your ideas, and you write about them, and you daydream about them, the more you'll have.
Right. And that's how,
Yeah.
like in this series, in One Way Out, I just keep taking the characters from previous books.
Right.
So there's 3 brothers in this book. They all have their own books, and then their girlfriends have family, and they get books.
Wow,
So I've got like these
nice.
extended families now going on, and in this little town that I created. Oh, they've got a big festival going on. Oh, okay, so everybody's got to run and go to the festival. There's also the Russian mafia. I thought, well, I could put that in there too. So it kind of works here.
Now wait a minute. So is your book? You got to have some recognition in the keys. They got to have something.
That would be good.
Yes.
Let's get on that.
Let's work on this, because think about it. Key lime pie and books for sale. Why not? I mean,
well, you and Hemingway, right?
That's right.
Oh, that's
So,
right.
yeah.
That's right. And my little tagline in all the books is a little mystery, a little romance, and a little key lime pie.
Yeah.
Because each book has a key lime pie story. And matter of fact, I even put together a little Christmas book. It's just a small book, but I wanted to do it because it was kind of a filler in between books, and it's got the recipe for the key lime pie.
Oh,
that
I
made
love
up. I
it.
made up the recipe.
Okay, I'm sure it's delicious.
With coconut. You have to put coconut.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how I do my banana bread too. Is the
Oh, I love
coconut.
it. Love coconut.
With
I'm
coconut.
sure it's good.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, they need to know. The keys need to know what's going on over there, what's lurking in all those little corners of the
Their
of
little
the neighborhood, the
towns.
little towns. Yes.
Well, you could have some kind of contest between all the little towns, because it's Middle Keys, right?
Well,
So-
it's between Marathon. It's supposed to be between Marathon and Bahia Honda. That's how I was kind
Okay.
of putting it
Oh,
together.
So
I love Bahia.
You could have
I've been there.
some kind of
Beautiful.
contest for which city is going to claim that they're Saddle Key.
Okay, we're
Ooh.
giving those $1
love
million
that.
ideas
I love
away. Yes, yes.
I love that.
That means
idea.
they all have to read the book so
That's
they can figure
right.
it out.
Right.
Where is it located? Where is this little town located? Their little Main Street, USA type of
Yes.
Yeah. Or you know, you could, because you could end up with a restaurant as a sponsor.
Yes.
You know, and say
Yeah.
and they could say, come to this restaurant, and I'm not going to mention any specific ones, but you know, come to this restaurant because we are the home of the Saddle Key Mysteries.
Ooh. This
You-
is awesome.
th-
We're
this
on
is
something.
awesome.
We're-
That is great.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Now I got to go take another trip to the Keys so I can.
Oh no.
So sorry. I gotta go back to the Keys.
I loved the grandma.
I
Grandma.
love the grandma.
Grammy.
Yeah.
Grammy.
Graham.
Oh, I
And-
like Graham.
Graham is based on.
Oh, nice.
Based on a character. It's partly my grandmother, but it's also my stepmother up in Connecticut. So she
Okay.
had a lot of cats, and
Okay.
so we always tell that story that she had a lot of cats. And I always wanted to tell a story about a woman with a lot of cats, and I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of a cute little
The
Yes.
thing. that-
proverbial cat lady,
Yes,
right?
exactly.
Yes.
Because I'm a dog lady, so for me, I'm a dachshund lady. as
Yes.
Right.
so for me, I thought let's do the opposite of that for me, and
Nice.
and of course because Allie has a dachshund, and I had to do that because Allie is a
Oscar.
part Oscar the dachshund,
Little Oscar.
and so I had to put that in there. Of course, I have a dachshund in almost every book because
Nice.
of that.
Of
I
course.
have maybe about 3 or 4 books that and I have to go back to that. I've stopped it for a little while, and I think I'm gonna have to go back to putting because you know Hoagie's our kid, so
Of
we put
course.
it. He can go in our books.
So one of the things that I found fascinating was the pool that nobody wanted to swim in.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's based on a true story. by the
Okay,
way.
yes.
Okay,
I love the backstories to this.
so we went to the Keys. We went to this place in Marathon. I can't think of the name of it, but it was a hotel, and they had the pool there, and the pool was a saltwater pool but it was a saltwater pool from the ocean or from the Gulf.
so
I
it
should
was
say.
connected to the
Yes.
Gulf. Oh, that's so
I
funny.
looked in there and I said, I'm not going swimming in that. I am not going to. And then all of a sudden, one of those fish.
Yeah, of
comes,
course.
It was one of the parrotfish. And it
Oh,
was
my.
swimming in there. And I said, nope, not going to happen.
That's
I said, I
wild.
don't care. I barely go swimming in the ocean. So for me to go into a pool,
Yeah.
no. So that was based on honestly based on a true story from down in the Keys, just because
Wow.
I've seen some of those pools down there.
That's wild.
So what does your husband say about all this? Or like your family? We don't have to single him out, but like your family, like I'm sure to me it sounds like they're very encouraging.
Yes, my husband is very encouraging. I have to say
Nice.
that because you know you kind of have to have that with.
Yes,
You know,
you
I
need
have
that.
we just put together my bookshelf of all my books, and he goes, "This looks really nice. I'm going to find you a nice bookend to put on there." So he finds a bookend, and it's perfect. It's an octopus. It's just perfect because my
Nice.
books are
Sure.
in the water. You know, it's perfect.
Yeah, I saw your post on that today. Yeah, that was great.
So he finds those little things and goes, "This would look perfect up on our shelf," and it does. It looks really nice to show them.
Nice.
My mother is another one of my muses. She gives me so many great ideas about putting together a book, and you know what should work and what shouldn't work.
Right.
And she goes, "I think you should stick with these mystery romances." there's a good little niche there. Oh.
Are you? I'm wondering if while her mom's reading or her husband's reading the story, she's like calling them. Are you done texting them? Are you done yet? Did you finish it? What did you think of chapter 5?
I like that. Well, matter of fact, I was writing the last book there. I was writing it as I was up there at my mom's.
Oh,
and
nice.
I said, thanks, Mom, for letting me. I even put a little acknowledgement there. I
Oh,
said,
nice.
thanks, Mom, for letting me write the book there. But my stepdad, tells me, hey, why don't you do something about the Miami Dolphins? We're huge Miami Dolphins
Oh, wow.
fans. So I said, okay, well, I think I'll do that. I think I'm gonna put together a whole series of Miami sports because I'm a Miami Heat fan.
Oh,
Miami
wow.
Dolphins. I said, yeah, let's do a whole sports romance book.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. That I could see her going down a huge rabbit hole with that one. I could totally see a lot of good stories coming out of those sports books. Oh, yeah.
And then every one of those books that you do creates an opportunity for you to get a lot of exposure with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
With
Yes,
the team. So it's a
sure.
brilliant idea.
And they'll all read and be like, nope, that wasn't me. No, I wasn't me in that story.
So my sister's my sister always helps me anytime
Nice.
I ask her, hey, Rach, does this sound like a good idea to write this story? And she'll
Uh-huh.
say, no, I think you should change the character completely. So, of course,
Okay.
it's your sister, you have to-
Yes.
and then my best friend, Lolly, who is, anytime I call her up and I say, does this sound like a good idea for a book? And she, yes, it's a good. I said, okay, good. I'm going to put you into the book. Then. Just
I
because
love
you
it.
said it was a good idea.
We might make it into one
I
of
know,
these
I'm
books.
telling you.
Lynn.
You never know.
I'm telling you. I don't know. We might be in the corner restaurant eating that key lime pie, planning, scheming something. I don't know. I'm going to have
Never
to read
know.
and find out.
So, is there anything you'd like to share with our audience about something you may have coming up, or events, or things that you're up to?
Yes, matter of fact, I'm going to be at the Flirty in Tampa, which is on June 3rd, and it's going to be at the Hyatt Airport, the Tampa Airport.
Nice.
It's
What is it
I think
called?
Flirty in Tampa.
Okay. I
Yes,
thought
it's
she
such a
said that. I'm like, okay, did she just say flirty? Okay, you did.
romance novelists.
Uh-huh.
So there's going to be about 30 of us there. It's going to be a real big event. I can't wait to go to
Nice.
that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. I have my own website, which
Please
is
tell us.
SheilaFowlerAuthor.com.
Easy
And
enough.
I do update it with pictures of Hoagie. So if you are a Dachshund fan, I'll definitely put that out there for you. And then I'm also on Twitter.
Okay.
I'm at Rockefellers. Rockefellers, it's a funny thing
Go ahead, tell us.
because when George asked me to marry him, I said, honey, then he gives me a diamond. I said, oh, we could be the Rockefellers now instead.
I'm sorry, that is funny.
That's great.
That is funny.
That's
Oh
that's
my
my
God.
little Rockefellers is my little thing from now on because
Oh
of that.
my God.
And then I'm on Facebook as well. You can find me at Sheila Fowler Author. There, I'm on Instagram. My goodness, I think I'm everywhere.
That's
No,
amazing.
that's terrific.
Yeah.
I would not be at all surprised if there were some events coming up in the Keys.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, there he is. There's Hoagie.
Hoagie. Oh my God, he's so cute.
He's adorable. See, he helps me sell my books. He's so good.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
That's fabulous.
What a great little
So
doggy.
thank you so much for joining us
Thank
this week. It's been
you.
a real pleasure. We've had a lot of fun with you.
Lots.
And next week, our guest is Haley Marguerite, and she's going to be talking about her book, Charlie Takes an Adventure to the Moon.
Yes.
Now, she also has a lot of involvement and program in anti-bullying in schools. So we're going to talk with her about that as well.
Yeah.
So make sure you join us.
Yep.
And until then,
Thank you for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week. Have a great evening. Take care.
imagine rediscovering a past life.
Now imagine finding the person you shared it with.
And I just told all my friends, I'm like, you guys have to read this because I can't put it down. And I have not even gotten to the half of the book yet.
We are Lynn Everard and Louise Gomez, and we are the authors of the book, The Reuniting of Two Past Lives and the Unveiling of the 12 Sacred Lessons.
We invite you to purchase the book and discover the magic. Even if you have never written a book, you are still an author. In fact, we all are. In every moment, each of us is writing our own unique story that we call our lives. Because many of us are, as in the lyrics of the Dan Hill song, Sometimes When We Touch, writers still trapped within our truth. If this is you, why not start writing your thoughts in a journal? It will help you get your truth on paper and could just be the start of your own book. And don't forget to join us here every week for the next edition of The Editor's Desk.